How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have a new catalyst that is going to pump Bitcoin, and actually already is. It's going to pump the markets in general. Something that just happened with Trump. We have 24 hours, a little bit less than 24 hours before the market opens, and we're going to see the market's reaction to this new Trump news. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening actually over the 4th of July weekend, from the big beautiful bill to now tariffs being pushed back. Let's talk about this along with what's happening within Bitcoin and crypto specifically. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos like this. This news just came out and pushed Bitcoin above this trend line. You can see we had been fighting with it. We got rejected by it 3 times, finally flipped above it, turned it into support, but then it came back. We came back down below to about 107.3 thousand. Now we're back above. We hit 109 just a few minutes ago because of the big news that just happened. If you do want to trade crypto, by the way, there is a link to BTCC underneath the video. People have been loving BTCC. A lot of people have been signing up to BTCC recently, and they stay there because they love the UI. They love the platform. Also, there's some massive bonuses going on for weeks right now. Deposit bonuses of 20%. Same thing with BYDeFi, 50% to 10 to 50% deposit bonuses, and you can actually trade Bitcoin with Bitcoin as collateral over at BYDeFi. There's also links to BTCC underneath the video as well. By the way, if you do want to check out the Telegram, I have been posting exclusive videos and early access videos in there, so check it out underneath the video. Now, as I said, Bitcoin moving up here today, 108,700. Not bad by any means. Let me just do one thing here real quick. Taking out the Bitcoin baby's bottle here. Yep, we're good to go. We are pushing up today, and that's because, well, we had the big beautiful bill, which is going to print a lot of money, but now President Trump is extending the tariff pause. The new date is set for August 1st, beyond the initial July 9 deadline. So yeah, we had 72 hours. Now Trump pushing it off. So that obviously makes the markets feel a little bit better. Right? It's not going to affect companies for a while. If there are major tariffs to come, it allows them to negotiate for a longer time period. And yeah, this is just fugazi at this point. Like, we have no idea what's going to happen. So it's kind of funny to see the market continuously price in these massive tariffs when it seems like they're never going to come. The stock market's at all-time highs with the S&P 500 nearly up 1%. The NASDAQ up about 1% as well. And yeah, I think we're probably going to see some decent day tomorrow because the market has been very fearful of these tariffs. So that's pretty awesome. Keep in mind, March 2020, Trump signed the $2.2 trillion CARES Act. Bitcoin went up 55% over the following 3 months. December 2020, $900 billion COVID relief plus $1.4 trillion omnibus. Altcoin market exploded about 700%. And now a $3.3 trillion spending bill, the big beautiful bill, is signed, potentially triggering another wave in the crypto markets. Yeah, people will want hard assets, which is just awesome. Now, we're going to talk about the cycle, where we're at here in a second. We'll look at like the average net worth in Bitcoin of the top 1%, the top 10%, 25%, etc. Also look at what Michael Saylor's doing. But first I want to talk about an altcoin that I've been paying attention to recently. They're having their launch here soon, and this is a partner of the channel, Velvet Capital. Velvet Capital is really interesting to me. It's kind of at a crossroads with crypto AI, and it is backed by Binance Labs. So Cordial and a few other people have done really good breakdowns. What if you could trade, track, analyze, and execute all of DeFi across 6+ chains from one AI-powered terminal? That's what Velvet Capital is building. Not just another dashboard. Velvet is becoming the on-chain command center. Let's dive into what makes it special. Trading terminal, intent-powered execution. Velvet Capital's trading terminal isn't your average swap UI. It's powered by intents and meaning. Aggregated liquidity across Base, Solana, BNB Chain, Ethereum, Sonic Labs, and BitLayer Labs. Real-time intel for safer swaps. Every trade is backed by serious data, including on-chain analytics on every token. Webacy alerts to avoid rugs, and integrated Velvet Capital Unicorn AI insights on demand. They have a Unicorn AI, your on-chain quant copilot. Most AI tools in DeFi are fluff, but they're actually built different. They're built like a quant desk with hedge fund trading, hedge fund grade statistical model, continuous learning from real trades, and on-demand alpha, TA, and token analysis. They have vaults which allow you to tokenize any strategy, yield farm rotations, delta neutral plays, and meme baskets. Pay attention to this. You can go follow them on Twitter under Velvet Capital. Michael Saylor says, some weeks you just need to hodl. Now that kind of seems like he's saying that they didn't buy, which is kind of interesting, but every time they post, they do buy. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if they did end up buying. They've been doing smaller buys recently because they have not been diluting shareholders. They've just actually sold more preferred stock. So we'll see what they do. Obviously, the ETFs have bought so much over the last 12 months, 380,000 Bitcoin. Bitcoin's up over 91% on this stretch. What's the price next year if they do it again? Yeah, that's a question, right? The OTC desks are running dry as well. So it's very possible that we could be up even more if they do something similar, especially with all these Bitcoin treasury companies too. If the Bitcoin ETFs buy 380,000, it's very possible that the Bitcoin treasury companies could buy 300 or 400,000. And actually, as the price goes up, they're able to buy more because there's more interest in Bitcoin. Let's take a look at this. I found this interesting. The average net worth for U.S. citizens, and it has 25th percentile, 50th, 75th, 90th, and top 1% for different age groups. So let's go to the average age of this audience. The average age is between 30 and 40. Let's do 35 to 39. The bottom 25th percentile has about $16,500. 50th, so median, has $138,000. That seems a little bit high to me, honestly. I feel like most people, the median is lower than that. But let's continue. We have the 75th percentile, so basically top 25% of net worths are just under 400,000. If you're in the top 10%, you're almost worth $1 million, and then top 1% is worth 4.7 million. Then I saw someone actually put this in Bitcoin terms. So top 1% is worth 43.9 Bitcoin. And of course, most people that are in this top 1% don't have 43.9 Bitcoin. Actually, probably barely any of them do, because some of their net worth is tied up in houses or 401ks and stuff like that. But it's going to be funny to see this go down over time because, years ago, this would have been like 500 or 5,000 or 100,000 Bitcoin. But everything is going down against Bitcoin. So in 5 years or so, 10 years, this might be 4 or 5 Bitcoin is the top 1%. Now, just looking at where we are in the spiral in the 40-year cycle. So each circle is 4 years. We're in the peak phase. The last 3 cycles, we've always peaked in price. Then almost exactly a year after we peak, we have bottomed. It's crazy how accurate this has been, or how similar these cycles have been. So, of course, we did peak earlier this cycle, but if we're just, basing this cycle off of previous cycles, we might tap out in 4 to 5 months. Now, some people are calling for a never-ending cycle, right? Because of the fact that we have nations possibly buying, we have some of the ETFs buying, we have companies buying like they've never bought before, we have a lot of stimulus and lower rates coming. So honestly, compared to all the other cycles, I think this cycle would make sense the most to continue on and go longer than all these other cycles. Part of it will be based on how high we go, though. Right, if we go up to 200, 300,000 this half of the year, probably smart to take some profits. Even if we go up to 150 or 70, 175, unless you just never want to sell, this might be a good graph to look at. Now, if you want to trade, again, there are links underneath the video. Check those out. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.